Hi guys, welcome back to this week's video. Thank you to all those that come along week in, week out and watch. This week is going to be about a tag called Show and Spell, created by Cara off of Pagan Crafting. So, being a Seidr practitioner, a lot of my practice is the inner work. It is using things in a different way. So I don't have a huge amount of what you would class as a green witches, loads and loads of stuff that they've got on shelves. Firstly, I don't have the room, and secondly, I have it all in boxes and I just use it as I need it. A lot of my herbs and things that I use are very small amounts, and they are used to bring energies through. So they might be used around, say you're doing a spell and you just want to add those herbs around paper that you're writing on, or it might be that you need to blow it onto something like flames, things like that. I don't make ointments, I don't make remedies, I don't do potions. What I do is what I'm given to do. And so different. I also use stuff like volcanic sand, which I have a bag of, which is now in a jar and is very good for enhancing spell work. It's very good for all the things I like to do. So I'm going to go through them, not actually tell you what each one is, but I'm going to show you. I have all sorts of things because Seidr practitioners don't just limit it to that. So we will have things like, obviously we have moon water, sun water. We have things like the bones from animals and feathers and stones and all sorts of little things, because we add everything together. Using blood also, but I don't store blood because it will go rank and horrible and you don't want that. So what I'm going to do is show you what I've got, and then we will go into the questions. There will be some questions to answer, and it will be a little bit different because some of the questions don't really relate to my practice, but I'm going to try and get around that and explain my version of things. But if you enjoy the tag, guys, go along to Cara and all the others under the tag, and it will be tag Show and Spell, and spelt with the and in the middle. I'll put the link above. But go and give all love to all those that are taking part. It's interesting. So basically, guys, this is my altar table that I do my workings on. It's my mortar and pestle. And that's what you do with your herbs, and you grind it in. I have two of them, but this one I keep separate because this has like herbs that go in that could be poisonous. So even if you're washing it out, there could be residue. The other one I keep for maybe cooking and stuff like that. My boxes, the first box is this. It's a nice box, you can see. My daughter engraved, and it's got on there, to Mum, love you millions, with kisses. If you can see that, it's lovely. And so yeah, that's what I got. And in here we have lots of lovelies. So let's have a look, let's go through. The thing you need the most when you've got what's it called, charcoal and things like that, that way you don't burn yourself or get messy, so you definitely need one of these. In these packets, guys, I have things like this one is myrrh, which is a lovely one. I have very special, it's not written on, but I know because it's pink. It was a very special one. It's a blend of frankincense, but it's a very unusual one. That was a gift, so I keep that one for special occasions. In here I also have lots of packets of all sorts of little things that I've kept, that I found, little seeds, which are obviously not going to be planted. They're being used in incenses and things like that. Again, we've got some incense called Brasilica or Brasilia, I always get that one wrong. This is another frankincense. You will find there is a huge shop in London, in Camden, called the Frankincense Shop, and it is absolutely full with so many different brands, guys, but that's one of them. And so I think I got that one from there. A very important thing, a compass. We use compasses because if you're doing spell work and you're going from the different areas, you need to know what area it's coming in, what energy, what element, etc. So a compass is very important. So you will find it's not just about herbs, it's also about tools as well. A liquid form of frankincense too, which is nice to rub onto things very quickly if you need to zoop up your spell. So that's another one. I keep that over there. And yeah, this is amber oil, which is really lovely. For bases, I use this like to wet down the incense if I'm making a mixture incense for, say, winter or summer. So we have that one. And this was given to me, and you know what, I never labelled it, and I feel I'm going to give it a sniff. We'll give it a sniff. It smells like frankincense, but yeah, it's nice. So I think it's another form. I have a lot of frankincense, guys, because when I was in the coven, it's a very masculine energy and very potent and very powerful in spell work. So that's the things I've got in this box. Earth. I like to keep earth as well, guys, because earth can be used in so many ways, and because we go underground a lot in our path workings, earth is the thing. Believe it or not, I keep them in plastic, but they are little bones, you can see, so like little bird bones, and they are really handy when we're doing path workings or decorating things in a spell, or just what you're wearing. So yeah, you don't have to have huge bones, but I like to keep a few bones, and I do use them in my magic and in my path workings. So I keep them in a plastic box. A proper scroll pen, and it is magical. I don't use it for anything other than the magical process. And of course I use dragon's blood to write with. The bones, again, which is an antler, but it's a very small one, so I keep that. That's very good for using in spell work as well. Your feather to fan anything if you've got smoke or anything that you want incense smoke. My sage sticks, which are English, by the way. So this is salt, and that's the ink that I stick the pen in, which is really nice. So it goes like that, and that looks really nice and atmospheric as well when you're doing spell work. So there's that. This I put my sprays in if I'm going to do a perfume, which you can wear when you're out. So you can wear this when you're out, guys. You can spray yourself. Yep. And again, some more amber oil, and I think this one I added some other stuff to it. This one has got herbs in it, and volcanic sand. That is amazing stuff, and it's amazing. If you go like this and you can see it, so fine, it's so soft, it just pours out your hand so easy, but it's so powerful. I'm in a box like this, so I was really happy with this. And they're little sachets because I'm not doing huge amounts of things. These things are important to my practice, guys. Okay, guys, so now we've got to the questions. And some of these are not really going to be my thing, but I'll try to get around each one. So, question number 1. That started when I first became a witch, when I thought it was the done thing to get every herb on the planet and to get every spice and every oil, etc. And I spent a fortune, and because where I live, I can't just go out in the fields and pick things. So I grew some things, but that didn't take off very well. So in the end, I bought all this stuff, and you know what? Half of it, more than half, never got used. Just went very dry and I ended up having to throw it away. And I learned a big lesson from that. And from that day on, I decided to only get what I needed for what I was going to do. So a lesson to be learned there, guys, for anyone starting out. Oh, my go-to things would be lavender. I like frankincense, as you could see earlier. I've got a lot of frankincense. And I like things that have got fire behind them. But I also like things that have got sleepiness behind them. And I do find the two things can go hand in hand for different spells and different healings. But also I use a lot of stuff to go travelling. And so I will take, obviously, I will use, what did I say? Dragon's blood, because that is a protection and it will help you wherever you're going. Lavender will keep you calm and help you to journey. But I also like things like musk and myrrh, and obviously I like mugwort a lot and sage and stuff like that. They're my go-to things, but to be honest, a lot of the stuff that I've got won't be used, or not a lot of it would be used, but it's still there if I need it. But as I said, I wouldn't buy huge amounts, just a small amount. That's all you need. And of course, my other things that I like to go to is my bones. That's a bad one for me. I tend to think I know what's in things, and if I scribble something on it, you're very lucky. But I know my go-to things, I know what they look like. But then I come unstuck sometimes because I haven't labelled. So yeah, I'm a bit disastrous when it comes to labelling, guys. So now that's why I keep them in the little bags that they come in, and it's already got a label on it. Something as silly as this. And it's hard to say it's really hard to pick one in particular, but I would say my volcanic sand. You can use it in so many things. You can, put it around candles. You can make good protection around your home. You can use it in healing spells. You can travel with it, and it's really good. It promotes things to get done faster, and it's not something you can get hold of very easy. I was very, very lucky to get this. Well, I would say that would be my antler. And it's not a herb, it's not a spice, but it has energy. It can be used in so many different ways. The historical part behind it is that it originated the actual animals, the reindeer out in Scandinavia, going back to the Sami tribes. They are looked after and cared for because they are very special animals and are used in our practice as Seidr practitioners. And a lot of vulvas originated from the Sami tribes. And there's a link there. Story-wise, no, I have an infinity with animals, and this helps me in a big way to travel, and I can go visit them in my travels. Obviously, travelling, what I mean by that is when I go on path workings. So this is very important, and it can be used in so many ways. If you've got enough, you can grate it and use those slivers of the bone in your spells, or you can use it to bang your drum, or used as a noise. It's got the energy of the animal in it, and it has that essence which you can use in spell work. So yeah, that's very important to me in my practice. Well, as I was saying with the last question, I think I already covered that one, but the thing is with spell work, in the old days when I first started, I would go to these things to do that. A lot of my spell work, it actually is done in path workings and drumming and gulda and like rune work. So it's not really part of my path work to keep using these things in spells. What I do use them for is to help me to get the jobs done. So it's about anointing me with the smell of things. It's burning the things around me. And I haven't got one thing apart from dragon's blood. I always like my dragon's blood, and I have a dragon's blood plant in my kitchen, and you know, it's very, very lovely plant, but I wouldn't hurt that. I wouldn't take anything off of that. But I do like to use dragon's blood to write with my scroll pen. Protective, and it's fiery, and it links you because it's something that you are part of. The rarest one for me would actually be what I've already shown you, and that would be the antler. It's how it comes to you. If it's something that you've had to buy online, or you've not actually received it in a certain way, I would say, yeah, that it would be this, because it was a present to me, and it came straight from the area it needed to, and so it means a lot, really. And I keep this. It will always be with me. It's as good to me as my drum and my staff. It is part of me. So yeah, not that I grew it, guys, I didn't. But it's not one that I bought online. It's not one that I just got from a market or something like that. It has deep roots in it. Oh, that's where I've fallen down in the past, I'm afraid. I'm not an untidy person, but things out of sight, out of mind, and you have goodwill when you get things and you think, oh, I'll keep making sure that's okay. But then one day when you open them up, you realise, oh, it's past their sell by date, they're no good. So what I do is keep them in their original packages, or I put them in jars that are airtight, and I store them all together. So that's all I do, really, guys. At the end of the day, you know, you're not going to use everything you've got, and things will go dry and unusable. Some of them can be used for a long time. Other things do go really dry and horrible. So yeah, I have a good clear out every now and again, and then if I want something back, I'll get it. But other than that, no, not really. Yes, I've run out of mugwort, and I've been told there's loads over our local park, but I can't find them. I've looked and looked. So I would like to get some really good mugwort. Over here in England, the mugwort you buy is, no, it's not good. It's got other stuff added to it, and it's like watered down. It's not the real deal. And so I want to get some, and I'm going to have to probably go to America to get hold of the real deal. And that's going to cost a lot of money, and it's going to be a lot in getting it sent over. But I am going to do it because mugwort is very special to me. I use it a lot in coven, and I like to use it especially around the dark time of the year, because it helps you to shift, helps you to focus, and it's just a really nice drink as well if you make a tea out of it. I really don't think I've got one, guys. If it is, I'm so used to it all that I don't see it as that. That's weird. dragon's blood, because I use that more and it means a lot to me. As I said earlier, don't be put in the trap where you think you've got to have everything in case you're going to do a spell on something. I would say where you're at in your practice is where you start. So if you're doing like learning about a certain spell or an invocation or a path working, go with the herbs and the colours and the candles and the things like that that you actually need for that. And from that you will build up your own apothecary over time, and you will not be wasting so much money getting things that you're not going to actually use. So that would be my advice to any new people. Yeah. Guys, I would like to tag the Green Witch. She's wonderful. She's got a lot going on in her channel, so I'm sending the love there. And then I would like, I'm just looking because I've got such a long list that it's finding the ones I want to actually tag. So I would like to tag Emily's Witchcraft and Tarot. She's a lovely lady too. So let's go on to the next one. Hearth Witch, that's another good channel, guys. I'm not going to say what they're about because I want you guys to go over and check them out and see what you think, but I'm hoping they will take on the tag because it's a really nice one to talk about how we work as witches and share our practices. And last but not least, the Cemetery Witch. I don't know if any of you have heard that one, but I do like this channel, and it's because I do like things that are unusual. So go along and give your love to that one as well, guys. If they take on the tag, go watch what they present. But also Cara, who was the one that done this tag, give her some love, and then go to all the others on that tag and give them some love too, guys. So I hope you enjoyed looking into my little apothecary, and yeah, totally different to each other. So you're going to find out so many different things from different people. There's some will have big, huge rooms full of beautiful herbs and spices and everything. And you're going to get people like myself who are crammed into one little room, so don't have too much room to do this. So everything is put away in boxes. The way it is. But there you go. Thank you to my new subscribers. Thank you to all those that come and see my videos week in and week out, and I'm just going to wish you all a lovely day, evening, whatever it is for you. And so wherever you are, whatever time of day, night or evening it may be, I wish you the best ever. House of the Lake.